Hey guys, so one of the most popular questions that we get is how many views do I need with the Serpattack campaigns? Okay, so let me break this down into two sections. Okay, one for blog browsing and one for doing videos. Okay, video views. Okay, now I call everything views because essentially that's what it is. If you're using a bot, whether it's crowdsourced or not, to go over to a web page, it's still a view in my opinion. Okay, so if you hear that terminology, I'm talking about either blog browsing or videos, not just specifically videos. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to give you some tips in this video as well that you should really pay attention to, because these are things that we've discovered over the years work very, very well. Okay, so first of all, blog browsing, what I suggest you do is hit it fast with the number of views and then drip feed the rest. Okay, so how many views would you need would be dependent on the sort of search volume or the traffic volume that you think you can get. Now, how do we find out traffic volume that you could possibly get? Well, there's tools like Ahrefs and SEMrush that can basically tell you an approximate traffic sort of level that the top ranking websites are getting. If you take that and you sort of divide it over, say, 30 days, and then divide it again, because you're not going to hit that amount of traffic very quickly. Even if you managed to create brilliant content and you did the CTR stuff and you got your kickstart and you managed to get into page one, you're still not going to be able to hit number one for competitive keyword terms very quickly. It's all going to come down to the quality of your content. So you want to divide it and divide it again and be sensible about it. So for something that's got 10,000 traffic volume according to Ahrefs, I would be looking at doing probably between 50 and 100 sort of views onto any web page, but with some other things built in that I'm going to cover. Okay, now why so low? Because you need to understand that it is just a kickstart. Okay, it's just a kickstart. So in that situation, I'll probably start with 50, then do another 50 later. Okay, I would probably start with doing something like 15 views quite quickly, hit it hard with 15 views, and then drip feed the other 35 views, you know, 2 or 3 per day or something like that, and maybe take it up to 60, 70 over that drip feed period, so that you've got some consistency with it. But as you start to move up the rankings, you're going to find that you're getting real traffic coming in, and at that point you should really just stop the CTR stuff and see what happens. If your content is good enough, it will stand up on its own. Okay, so don't underestimate the power of real traffic. We are doing this to be able to get real traffic. Okay, rankings equals traffic. That's what we do SEO for. So it's just another method to be able to generate traffic, albeit organically. So when that real traffic does come for any keyword that has got good sort of traffic volumes, then when the traffic does come, it's the data from that traffic, from the CTR sort of ratio that you can get, the click-through ratio that you can get from real traffic, well, everything comes back down to normal, and you just want to be compatible minimum with your competitors. So it really comes down to your content. Doesn't mean you can't boost it later. I would definitely boost it later, and a great way to use this particular tool, the blog browser tool, is if you find you're stuck on page 2 or page 3, use it to nudge. I'll do a separate video on that later. But use it to nudge your rankings, okay? And again, I would do that with a fast hit and some drip feed, okay? Now, always use multi-page views with the blog browser. So let me just come over into Serpattack over here. And if we go into projects, and if we create a new project in here, and I choose in here the blog browser, okay? And I click on the options here, you can see we've got duration to view the blog. So if I wanted to do, say, let's say 4, for some reason my mouse isn't working here, I'll just click on that, it's 3, take it to 4. Okay, so if I wanted to do 4 page views, I want to make sure that we're doing 2 minutes average. Okay, 2 minutes average per page. So I would move this to 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes I would do. Okay, so you've got minimum average of two minutes and something. Okay, there's something. I'll get my coder to fix this so it's easier to slide across. Do you want to put delay in between the views? Probably for the blog browsing it's going to make sense, and you can do this just throughout the day when you're doing your first sort of hit. The reasons we can do in the fast hit even all at once is because not all traffic needs to come from CTR. So when you're doing the blog browsing, it's always a good idea, in my opinion, to be able to also run a campaign with the bulk views as well as doing some CTR views, and you can do them as separate sort of projects. And within Serpattack it's easy to do. You're just choosing the CTR or the blog browser that put bulk views at that time, I should say. And what you can do then is you can run some bulk views at the same time as you're getting some CTR. Okay, if you think about it, if you've got a piece of content and you've got it on an RSS feed with your autoresponder, and your autoresponder sends out to your email list of 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 or 50,000 people, it doesn't matter how many, you're going to see an influx at one time that is coming direct to the URL. Okay, so there's always a legitimate reason for that. The only key thing that we need to be bothered about there is that we're getting those views coming from different IPs, which is the beauty of Serpattack, that we can use each other's proxies and IPs, so that can make that look very natural because we're getting views from all different places and all different people. Okay, now with this, there's some other sort of caveats that I would throw in here, or nuances that I would put in here. Okay, you want to do 2 minutes average time on each page. I would run as well at the same time a video CTR campaign. Now the video, I would make sure the video is inside whatever page that is, whether it's a landing page, sales page, blog post, whatever. Okay, if you do that and you put just one link in the video description, the YouTube video description, linking to the page, that is going to help. We've seen this. This was the original rank attack strategy, okay, and it worked, and we did multiple case studies with this. Now what really did boost that was being able to do second tier links, but the way that I did it then, and the way I still think it should be done, the more I've been testing over the past few days, is to do it via syndication. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, the original rank attack system that I had, we used to do video sharing site syndication. With the same video, we would just download the same video we uploaded into YouTube, we would use that same video and put it into about 200 or 300 sort of syndication posts on video sharing sites. Okay, not all of those were going to have the ability to add links. Okay, but when you embed a video, it's already got a link in it. Okay, it just seemed to work really effectively when we did that. I think it was about 200 to 300 sort of syndication backlinks, if you want to call them backlinks, embed syndication into these different video sharing sites. So sites like Vimeo and Meta Cafe, and I forget the names of all those sites that we used to use. That can be done very effectively, and it can be done really well. The other alternative to that is we have a service for what we call video content synd. Okay, and video content synd, basically you give us your video URL on YouTube, and we will take from that your thumbnail, and we will distribute that to high DA sites, image sharing sites. We will take the video and put it into video sharing sites. We will take the MP3 audio from your video. Okay, we will make an MP3 audio version of it and put it into audio sharing sites. Okay, and also your description, we will take that and put it into a PDF and put it into PDF sharing sites. Okay, it's another way that we can do something similar by using syndication. But if you want to do, just the video sharing sites, you can probably find gigs on Fiverr.com for even just $5-10, and you can probably get a lot of syndication. And what you want to do then, if you're doing that, is you want to link to both the blog post, the landing page, whatever the web page is. At the same time, you want to link back to the YouTube video as well within the description when you're doing the syndication. Okay, that worked really effectively for a long time. In fact, I think it still works very well now. But the key to this is when you're doing your CTR campaign from the video, is that you must do your CTR campaign with some Google search engine CTR. It has to come from Google. Do a mix of YouTube and Google video. Okay, and then once you start to see some rankings come up, even for the full title of your video, start hitting the Google video. And it's okay with that one to do some drip feed. Okay, so you're hitting maybe 4 or 5 or 6 every single day, and that way you just keep putting more CTR via the Google search engine. The algorithms for YouTube and Google are completely different. Okay, I've done videos on that before as well, showing the difference between them. But the key thing is, if we're getting CTR, even for long tail keywords, what we're doing is within the Google search engine, we are building some engagement with the CTR, with the click-throughs, etc., into your blog post, okay, or your landing page or your sales page. And if you have Google Analytics installed on that web page, then that can be picked up as well. Okay, now the other thing that we can do is we can boost it as well by doing referral domains backlinks. Okay, referral domain backlinks are very, very good, and I would use those specifically for the web page. You can even do that via press releases, for example. And you can take one piece of content. In that situation, you can embed your video in there. Okay, so you could get maybe between 200 and 400 referral domains with one piece of content, completely white hat, because it's a press release and not too expensively. In fact, we've got one for $37 where we even do the writing, and we will syndicate it, but there's no guarantee how many links you're going to get. It's probably around 200, and it might get picked up enough that you can get 400, but we will always tell people expect 200. That would still be 200 referring domains. Now here's the thing about using press releases, even with the same piece of content. First of all, it's white hat because press releases are kind of common to be used that way. A lot of the links that you get are going to be no followed, but don't worry about that. It just doesn't seem to matter too much from what I've seen anyway. Some people might disagree with that, fair enough. You're still going to get your video embeds done as well. But the key thing for me is that a lot of these sites are not kind of over spammed. Back in 2014, 2015, 2016, we were all doing the IFTTT stuff. In fact, we had a tool called IFTTT Backlink Commando. We sold 7,000 copies of that in the 𝐕 launch. Okay, 7,000 sales that we did on a 𝐕 launch. And you can imagine this was automating, creating the accounts for websites that we could do syndication from within IFTTT. It would also create the IFTTT account, and it would also take those accounts that we created and then import them into IFTTT, and then it would go and do these sequences. And we had about 4 or 5 different types of sequences, and there was, you know, we sold 7,000 copies of that. You can imagine, even at that time, these sites were getting blasted. I'm talking about sites like Blogger and Tumblr, etc., Reddit, and that worked at that time. Today, though, that's been over spammed by, you know, multiple different tools doing that kind of stuff. But when you do this with press releases, these are high domain authority sites. And because they're mainly hit with press releases, and a lot of people don't know how to do press releases, or haven't got the, don't want to learn how to do press releases, and often when they're working with big press release companies, they get their press releases rejected so many times they just give up. It means that these sites are not over spammed. Okay, it means that these sites, in my opinion, have got more of an authority. And often, a lot of these sites, to be able to get a backlink, they need to get past the gatekeeper. Okay, these gatekeeper links, think about this, they have to get past the gatekeeper before they're accepted. That's why we can't say if we get 200 or 400 links. Okay, and that gives them more value. Okay, so they're not spammed as much, they've got higher value because they've got the gatekeeper effect as well. Not all of the sites will have a gatekeeper, but many will. Okay, and you can also get syndication through Google News if you get a good press release syndication service. Okay, so you can do that very, very easily with one piece of content. That would take you literally, if you used our template, it would take you literally about 5, 6, 7 minutes to just adjust the template to fit your own content, and I would use it just for the purpose of backlinks and just keep the same kind of structure of the press release and just fill in the blanks basically and use it like that. Maybe change a word or two, change your company name of course, add some links in there, embed your video, and you're done within 5, 6, 7 minutes if you just don't be interrupted and get the job done. And then you can syndicate it with very, very little work needed. Okay, so that's a good way that you can increase the referring domains. Referring domains is still a major ranking factor for Google. Okay, the amount of referring domains that you can get from backlinks, it's not whether you have 1,000 backlinks, it's how many referring domains that you should be concerned about there, and where the links coming from. Have they got good authority? Are these links hard to get? They're not easy to get. I couldn't just go over to one of those sites and place my link, in other words. Okay, there's got to be a gatekeeper way to get in there that adds more value to it. So that's a quick tip, a pro tip that you can use. Yes, it does cost money, but is it worth it? Well, it depends. What is the goal of your piece of content? Is the piece of content that you're creating for a goal that is going to be paying you long term, whether that's generating leads that you can monetize, or whether that's for an affiliate offer that you can monetize, or whether that's for getting people into a trial for your software, whatever, your products or whatever. It depends on what the goal of your content is. Okay, sometimes you're just doing a sort of informational post and that might not seem worth it to you. Fair enough. Okay, don't use that. Go and find another way. Go and find something less cost, or do some work yourself to do some syndication. But syndication is key there. Okay, the referring domains from press releases is just easy to get done, and it's quick. There's not a lot of work. It's not going to hold you back. You don't need any sort of tech related knowledge to make that happen. So it's just quick and easy. All you have to do is adjust the template. And the last thing I want to cover is to give it an extra boost, is to do some Backlink Booster Backlink Booster campaigns, projects within Serpattack. Okay, so if I just close this one and we create another one here, and we can come in here and we can choose the Backlink Booster. You can see down here we've got direct website backlinks booster. Okay, that will go to your URLs that are linking to your page. Okay, so if you've done some of that syndication, you can boost that by doing Backlink Booster campaigns, even direct to the URL. You can just take all of the URLs you've done for your video syndication and do it like that. Okay, that will work. The other way is to do the CTR website backlinks booster. So whatever that backlink, the page it's backlinking to you, is ranking for, even if it's a full title, you can do it like that. But I would not do it as a full title. I would try and break it down and try and find 3 or 4 different keyword variations that it might be ranking for. And that's where tools like Ahrefs and SEMrush, etc. come in to be able to help. You can take a trial with them and just to see how easy it is to work. I'm pretty sure as well you can do some good stuff with 𝗏𝐵, even the free version for that. What I suggest to do with the bulk backlinks booster, the direct to URL backlink booster, is actually to use 𝗏𝐵, because you can easily go and get a list of the backlinks for your URL and put them into the bulk backlink booster campaigns here. And what it will do is it will go and visit that backlink page, the page it's linking to you. It will click on the link, and then it will do some CTR, it will do some sort of blog browsing from that point. Okay, it will do some blog browsing, so you can set how many pages to visit on your blog when it clicks through there, or website, how long to spend on the page, etc. That can give you a massive advantage as well. So that's how we can take that further as well. Okay, so this video is a lot longer than I expected it was going to be. Just one final thing. Is you can use as well this for doing similar to the backlink booster, but for YouTube videos. So if you've got a YouTube video and it's got backlinks, you can do that. But what you're going to do is you're going to use the embed views tools. Okay, so you can see we've got bulk embed and we've got CTR embed. That will do the same thing, because these are for where your videos are embedded, and you can basically use those to do the same as a backlink booster, and that will show us a referral visit. Okay, if you do it in Google Analytics for web page, it will show us a referral visit. I'm pretty sure in YouTube it's going to be showing as referral visit as well. Okay, so that's what you can do there. So just run through it briefly again. Blog browsing hit a few of your views fast, okay, and then drip feed the rest, okay. Always use multi-page views, okay. Don't do less than 2. I would not do more than 4 because it just slows the campaign down, okay. Average of 2 minutes per page, okay. Run a video CTR campaign with one link in your YouTube description. It has to be a YouTube video that's linking to your web page, whether it's a landing page, blog post, sales page, whatever, okay. Make sure you have one link in description. You can always add more links later. Once the real traffic starts coming, you can add more links, okay. Second tier links to the video, and also if you want to do it to the web page, is best done via syndication, okay. What's always worked very well for us is video syndication. Finally, you can take it further if you want to boost it. If it's a high value web page that you think you can make money from, or you can generate leads from, okay, I would suggest that you seriously consider getting a press release done, okay. We do them for $37. We will give you a template. All you have to do is fill in the blanks, adjust it to your own sort of needs, but keep the same structure. You can be done definitely within 10 minutes, and that can get you 200 to 400 referring domains from domains that are not being spammed, like Tumblrs and Reddits and stuff like that. They're over spammed. And finally, the backlink boosters, you can do that along with your drip feed, okay. And I would drip feed these, actually I would probably just drip feed these so that you're getting these referral visits at the same time as you're getting some CTR clicks, etc. as well, okay. So that's it for the blog browsing. Now for the video browsing, I'll cover that in a separate video, and that we will do that video next.